Cody with Genesis Arms at the Terran Tactical Range. While we're out here shooting our guns, I wanted to take a minute to talk about EOTechs and why Genesis Arms uses those as the select option for our Gen 12. Well, first off, my experience with the EOTech, we use these during the GWAT campaigns, both in Iraq. That's what I was part of. The HWS has a proven track record. Specifically, when it comes to 12 gauge, though, you need to have a robust optic, something that's going to hold up to that vibration created from a 12 gauge round, and that's going to last the durability of the rifle and the expectations of it. The cool thing about shotguns is that they use a variety of ammo. So whether you're shooting slugs or buckshot or heavy weighted rounds, we've experimented with quite a few different rounds that range from your regular 1 ounce rounds all the way up to 2 ounces. And they also use specialty metals as well. So with the 12 gauge, you can shoot pretty much whatever you want, whether that's your flechettes and all those different things. And you need an optic that's gonna stay on the system and last the life of the gun. So for the John Wick 4 series guns that we collabed with Terran, this one's gonna have the EXPS-3-1. The EXPS-3-1 is just a 1 MOA dot, has the night vision capability, lower 1/3 height, so it's not a co-witness, it's just a little bit taller. That just keeps you on the rifle or the shotgun, but gives you a nice, easy position so you can acquire that dot easily. For us, we are probably the only shotgun company demonstrating its capabilities in fully automatic. So the optic has to be robust. So 1 dot, it's easy to find, big field of view with the glass, and then obviously it's a great complement to our overall system and platform. Our gun is short recoil operated. What that means is that the barrel actually reciprocates. In these guns that you see on the table here, these are a part of our suppressor breacher models, which means that the barrel acts in a short recoil. It is short recoil, but the muzzle's fixed. So that allows you to have contact to an object, whether that's a door or other objects, and you're not going to lose functionality of our gun. For the lower, it's built on a 308 lower. So this is a DPMS pattern lower. It's standard 308. Our magazines are proprietary. The nice thing about utilizing this as a magazine-fed shotgun, you're going to overcome some of those legacy functions that you have with a 12 gauge, which is tube-fed. So when you're shooting a tube-fed shotgun, you got to be really proficient when you're thumb loading over and over and over, where with our gun, you can dump a magazine, and when you reload, it's not 1, it's 10. That's going to be a huge plus. Also, most people today, they're familiar with the modern sporting rifle. The AR-15, the AR-10 utilizes the same controls. So adding all that into a 12 gauge, you're going to end up with a system that's more common for manual of arms for most to use. You have easy reloads, and then you have the versatility of that ammunition that's available from that low brass up to the high brass, your bird shot, or all the way up to your slugs. We cover all that range of capability for the end user, and that brings everything together into a nice package. The other thing that we also have in that suppressor breacher model, which is unique to the 12 gauge arena, is the fact that the suppressor market really hasn't developed itself for a 12 gauge, and a lot of that has to do with the host systems. When you look at a shotgun, traditionally it was started out as a breech load. So you're breeching open, loading 1 round, close it, and pull the trigger. And then they added another barrel. So then you breech it open, you load 2 rounds, you get 2 pulls of the trigger. Well, obviously someone got tired of breech loading all the time, so then they put a tube underneath and added a pump, and then they got more tired, and then they went to a semi-auto. The 12 gauge was never designed because it's a rim shell to be placed in a magazine, which is why a magazine-fed shotgun has been a big challenge because the munitions was never designed to be that way. A lot like a 22 LR. It was always started out as a tube system, and it took many years for a reliable magazine to be developed. The Gen 12 uses its own proprietary magazine, and then obviously the patented Gen 12 short recoil upper receiver. These two components put together around the AR-10 lower receiver is what creates the unique overall package of the Gen 12. That, in conjunction with the short recoil, we mitigate any type of regulating of gas. Gas systems are finicky, and then when you think about a shotgun shooting a plastic wad down a hot barrel, right? You have a combustion going behind it and pushing down, you have friction. If you put a hole in the middle of a barrel, you're going to end up with a cheese grater. So you're going to put plastic and lead right into your gas system. With the short recoil, we completely eliminate that. But the best part of that is we can shorten the barrel. So we can do things like this, where you can run a 7-inch barrel. This is a prototype suppressor from Rex Silentium. We've been shooting this for quite a few years, but this overall package is going to be significantly smaller, but about the same weight as an 18-inch gun. So almost 16-inch barrel length is what this is in this configuration. So it gives you more balance, but again, you have the reload capability of an AR, so you don't have to worry about managing a sack with a bunch of individual rounds. You can just store magazines, and reloads are efficient. So we're really the first product in the market to offer that capability in a suitable platform. But to hear is to doubt, to see is be deceived, but to feel is to believe. So let's go get these on the range, show you what it's capable of.